Do your
MoreLikeRadio.com. It's our duty to entertain you. I said duty.
Warning, listening or viewing the Sully Show in large quantities could result to having the following in no specific order.
Shenanigans, pure stupidity, anal leakage, bleeding from the ears, melting eyes, internal bleeding, loss of brain cells, delusions of invincibility, delusions of grandeur, loss of dignity and or balance, imagined gains in height, fitness, and sexual prowess, inability to correctly judge sexual appeal of yourself or others, and athlete sports.
Audience participation is welcomed. If not, screw you! Thank you for listening.
The audience is listening.
Any reproduction of this recording...
We have sort of a problem here. Yeah, you apparently didn't put one of the new cover sheets on your TPS reports.
They're joined at the unhip.
Have you ever wakened to hear sounds like these?
I wasn't expecting that.
You got that snorting feeling.
I'm trying to remember how JT put it last week, because he listened to all her
Between
songs, too.
Fergie and Jesus.
Fergie and Jesus, that's what he said.
Just made my freaking day.
Whoa. Time the hell out.
That's usually how most molestation stories start. This shall be my finest hour.
Little teaser. Little bit of self-promotion there.
Tee-hee.
What is this, fucking
Sounds like a
Shakespeare?
bad Shakespeare story.
Seriously, it's like Shakespeare in the Park.
Are the two of you sharing a brain all of a sudden? What the hell?
It's possible.
Asking for a $50,000 donation to start a homosexual refuge.
Wow, he looks like he's at least in 3 Megan's Law counties.
Because guess what? They've been there. They've done that. They paved the way. You gotta be your own person. Why would you want to be anything like those guys? Be your freaking self and... Oh my God, what a concept. You'll have an entertaining show.
They may not be as hot as the women you see on TV, or as entertaining, but, I don't know where I'm going with this, but thanks anyway.
This should get you started.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa! Hey! Whoa! Hey! Start the real music, will ya? Yeah, start the real music, damn it. Just saying. Just getting it out there. Just getting it off my chest. Yeah. That's how I roll. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. It's May. It's May. Oh my God, it's May 1st. Hi. Hello, I'm Sully, broadcasting live from good old Bristol, Connecticut. And with me, as always, is my man, my redneck brother from another mother, JT Hollis. Hi, JT.
Sup.
Sup. Just sup.
Sup.
Just sup. You know what?
Yeah,
sup
I
is
try to
good.
be here all the time.
That is
sometimes
true.
Life gets in the freaking way, but otherwise I try to be here.
It's all good. It's all good, my friend. Come on into the chat room. Go to morelikeradio.com/live or twitch.tv/accidentalpunch and join us. You can use either or. It doesn't really matter to me as long as everybody's having a good time. I do know that we are having some audio issues on the More Like Radio page. Don't worry, it's still working on Tuned In, and they are working on it, so make sure you come on in and check us out. It's gonna be a good show today. I want to say hi to Rich from Arizona. He's actually joining us live for the second week in a row. What are the odds?
2 weeks.
Two
Two of them, count them. 1, 2.
Two.
I just flipped everybody off.
You shouldn't really do that.
Well, I didn't do it on purpose.
I think you did.
I didn't actually, to be honest.
I think you did. Just saying.
You know me, I don't like to cuss on air.
Well, yeah.
Notice I quantified that and I said on air.
Yeah, I was about to say, because when we're off air, completely different story.
Off air, I cuss a blue streak so crazy it'd make a sailor blush and a female trucker change professions.
That's right, and don't you forget it either. I love your new lower thirds that I made for you. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I'm just really seeing them because I'm actually tuned in on the Accidental Punch on a different browser.
Right.
And I'm watching it on the side here. And
it actually looks really good, right?
It does. I mean, seeing them
just
really
pop up and
really seeing them, I guess you could say, because I saw them before, but really seeing them in action, they look pretty cool.
I took a picture of it, and you know what? A screen capture only does so much.
Right.
You know, it really does. It only does so much.
Good morning to Mr. Rorschach in the chat room.
Ah, yes. Hi, Rorschach.
Or would it be good afternoon? I guess it depends on where he's located. You know what I think you should do?
He's in Alabama.
Right? What I think you should do?
I think what?
And figure out a way where you could take like your little character and my little character, and have them randomly pop out throughout the show, like from the side. Just kind of stick your head out.
Oh, kind of like but
kind
of like Mortal Kombat.
Kind of like what?
Kind of like Mortal Kombat. Whoopsie.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of all of a sudden, just whoop.
Like here I am.
Like if the camera's on me,
yeah, which
you pop up, or if you're on the camera, I pop up, or something like that.
Cracking a stupid joke, like here I am. Rich from Arizona says he loves your lower thirds. # phrasing.
Actually, that'd be lower. That'd be middle third.
No, it'd be lower. It'd be lower.
No, because if you cut the body in 3, that would be.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you.
Well, actually, wait a minute. No, if you cut it in 3s, you'd be at the knees and then the middle.
No, if you cut it thirds, you'd be mid thigh and mid chest.
Well, yeah, okay. It's still technically a lower third. HD,
no,
my man.
Middle third.
HD.
It's a middle third.
You gotta remember, HD. Everything's screwed up now. Just saying.
In more ways than one.
Yes. I do have a very, very big list of brand new followers from Twitter that have all joined the liking of our Twitter, and of course have shared the links as well. So I do have a list. Ooh, and we just got a brand new one as well. So I'm gonna make sure that I say hi to them as well. So
we're twinning on Twitter.
What about Twitter? What? Huh?
I said we're twinning on Twitter.
Well, we're not really twinning. It'd be cool if we were twinning on Twitter.
It's a tweety troll.
Of course, we're probably getting in trouble for doing this speech impediment thing. That's just wrong.
Like it'd be the first damn time.
Yeah, well, you're racist.
We've been called out for being racist and every damn thing else.
So yeah, I do want to say hi and thanks for liking our page and following us on Twitter to Jackson W. Kelly. That was at Jackson W. Kelly, and we also have a very big list. We got at Xbox Antics, at Ace Boogsy New York, at the Dan Michael, at We Heart Travels, at Ignited Artist, at Camphy Approved, at M Zides, at ESAX Networking, at Real Seth Horace, at Smash Dog as DAWG, and at One Pan Nan. I want to thank you all for following us on Twitter today. And
that's 12 more followers.
I know, right? We got a lot. We got a whole bunch. And of course, my editor, my man Kevin Gort, you guys know him. He helped me edit Divergence and a couple of the short films that we do. He also streams live on the Twitch channel from time to time, as well as upload to our YouTube channel. He's my man. He's at KGTV. That's right, Kevin Gort. That's right. KGTV at Kevin Gort. And of course, Rorschach also retweeted that we were live. So thank you to all of you for doing what you do.
Now, if all of them would actually tune in, man, we'd have a huge list.
That would be great because they would know. They would know that I have no problem breaking the fourth wall and bringing them to be a part of the show. It's what I do. Think about it. Rich from Arizona. This is the second time he's listening to us live. Normally, he has a very busy schedule on the weekends. And even during the week, he's a busy guy. He's a family man and all that stuff. But he always downloads the shows and listens to our shows every single week. He is like the More Like Radio fanboy.
I have to kind of worry about his mental state, though.
Why?
Well, I mean, if he's constantly downloading us, I have to wonder. I mean, I wonder about the people who tune in live.
Okay. All right.
So, it's just me.
Are we making you dumber?
Yes, we are.
I think so. We'll probably get in trouble for that, too.
I didn't think it was possible, but somehow it did.
Yeah. Just saying.
Well, have we ever really worried about getting in trouble?
No, not really.
I mean, we don't push the envelope that much unless we're talking about animals or sex with animals.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we really don't push the boundaries that much. So
no. I mean,
getting in trouble is something I've never worried about.
We go to the line, though.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. We live on the line.
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
No.
I think I like to see it as we're just having fun.
Well, and that's what we do this for, I mean, Lord knows you have a rough week. I have a rough week. And our listeners, we know, have weeks just as rough.
Exactly.
Some maybe even rougher than we do. So, this is our chance to escape the world for a little while and have some fun and bust a joke and all that. And it's their chance to maybe do the same thing.
I agree.
Just get away for a little bit.
I agree. And Jackson W. Kelly just started following us. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. And I'm just I'm going to tweet him and go, listen, we just gave you a shout out live on air.
Do it.
We just gave you a shout out live on air. Twitch.tv/accidental.
The Sully Show. Oh, wait, no.
Thank you, sir. And send. And I sent it because that's what I do. I give
Good stuff, man.
the love. I give the love where the love is needed, I mean, I figure it this way. They're taking their time out of the day to just click the little button and follow us so I can take a little bit of time and say, thanks, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I have a question for you.
The floor is yours.
Do we have videos today?
We do, kind of, sort of. I'm still in the process of actually getting them. And the reason I say that is because, I am getting a not login. Kevin just sent me I don't remember the login. Dude, use your login. I'm already in the chat room. I'm already in there.
Come on, man.
No, I'm pretty sure. I don't know your login, Kev. I really don't. Sorry.
Now that was the couple that was here a couple of weeks ago, right?
No. That's
your editor guy.
Kevin's my editor. He's a good friend of mine, and he can't wait to get behind the camera again. Rich from Arizona says you need to get Rorschach's friend Bill Ding to listen. Well, okay.
Well, what kind of building is it?
Building. Building. Actually, it's probably a real person, too. But
well, I realize that, but I had a Simpsons flashback.
I know, right? You're like,
Bill Ding?
Bill Ding? Bill? Bill? Is that you?
I'm
Ned?
looking for a building.
Wait, was it Groundhog's Day? Ned? Is that you?
Ned? Is that you?
I love that movie. Christy hates that movie, but I love it. Rorschach says Bill Ding rules. Well, get him to tune in. Just saying.
That is not the correct spelling for building, though.
Are you sure?
It really isn't.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I'm just saying.
At least not in my world, anyway.
Well, I mean, it could be worse.
Well, that's all relevant, though.
Very, very true, my friend. Very, very true. So I do want to say thank you to everybody on Twitter, and you know what? It's always good when you guys do that. And Let's see here. Jackson tried to open, but it says page not found. Oh, well, you know what, Jackson? I'm going to do this for you and go www.twitch.tv.
See, and this is how we are, folks. You get a hold of us and you're having a problem getting to one of the chat rooms.
It might have just been an issue.
And we will work with you and send you links and get you squared away. That's how much we love our listeners.
I love the picture that that he posted. Let me see if I can if I can show everybody that picture. If the light's in the way, I apologize. But it's kind of like a head going, Mwah! I love it. Thanks, Jackson. I appreciate it. That made me laugh. I love it. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Yep, got his retweet here. So yeah, thanks everybody. And I want to say hi to some people that are listening over in Germany. How cool is that?
In Germany?
Yeah, Germany. Got one of my friends tuning in Germany. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. This, you know what? It's a great day. It's a great day. It really is.
Irrational.
Hey, you know what? That might be Jackson. You never know. I don't know. But I always give the shout-outs where figured. So please don't hesitate to tune in and be a part of the conversation once we get started. Rich from Arizona in the More Like Radio chat room goes, hashtag tech support Sully. If that ever trends, so help me. If that hashtag ever trends, so help me. I don't know what the hell I would do. Because,
well, it's kind of true. It's kind of true if you think. I mean, how many times have I called you?
A lot.
Sully!
A lot. It is Jackson. Yeah. He's about to kick off his own stream, but wanted to stop in and follow and say hello. Well, hello to you as well, sir. And thank you very much for taking just a little bit of time to chill out with us for a little bit and, get to go. And you know what? Follow my stream, and I'll follow your stream. That way, when you're live, I can be jumping in your chat room from time to time, too. And I mean that. I'm a pretty busy guy. JT knows.
Yes, he is. When is he live?
That's a good question. Jackson, when are you live on Twitch? I would love to share your stream whenever you go live. So don't hesitate to put it in the chat room on Twitch, and, we'll help you out. We'll help you out. Big Rich from Arizona goes, turn your computer off, then turn it back on. That's a great tech support.
Well, and that's usually the first step. Just like, when I used to work for the cable companies, that was always, well, actually, that was the second step. First step was make sure it's plugged in.
Yes, that's always true.
You would be surprised how many times that was the problem. But the other one, then the next one was, okay, go ahead and remove the power.
Makes sense.
Wait for 30 seconds, and then plug it back in.
Yeah.
But I would have to say probably 75% of the time, actually 90% when it comes to computers, it's usually not that easy.
Well, true. Jackson says he usually goes at random times, and he usually announces it on Twitter. So, Jackson, what I would like you to do is whenever you announce it on Twitter, just tag my Twitter at the Sully Show, and I'll jump in, and if I'm free, I'll go in the chat room and share the wealth, man. I'll try to get as many people in there as I can, because that's what I do. You help me out, I help you out. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. Just saying. And I got Kevin texting me at the same time. I think I just used the same one you did. I don't think I ever made my own. Well, make your own!
Dude, I'm afraid it's called Independence Man.
Well, no, he uses the accidental punch one because that's our Twitch feed. It's the Sully Show, and that obviously I created.
Right now, but it's not ours.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's ours, but it's not his because we're using it.
It's mine. But shut up, man. Shut up. I mean, the big thing is with me is, and don't get me wrong, I love knowing that there are other channels out there, and I do. But I would prefer that anything that's under the Accidental Punch name would be under one channel because, it's one channel. It is. It's one channel. And it's everything that we do,
and win for all.
Right. And here's a good example, and this is actually some news for everybody. JT doesn't even know this news yet.
Uh-oh.
But if you remember,
nope.
About last year or so, I was getting in touch with Pluto TV. And if you don't know what Pluto TV is, go to their website, pluto.tv. It's actually a really cool website. You can watch really awesome shows. And what I mean by this is, my favorite channel is Mystery Science Theater 3000. They have their own channel on there. It's really awesome. I can watch all the old episodes of MST3K. You name it. They even have, they have a channel for the Thunderbirds. Remember Thunderbirds? The marionettes and they had their own island and they went and rescued people around the world and whatnot. Come on, sure. I know you know Thunderbirds. Really? You don't know Thunderbirds? You're older than me, man.
Honestly, it's not ringing a bell. If I saw it, I would probably remember it, but it's just not ringing a bell at the moment.
Oh, dude.
And Jackson says, dude, I used to love that show.
It's a great show. Because it was one of those shows that it was all marionettes, so it was really hard to produce one of those shows. Now, and this is actually true, I believe Netflix has a all CGI version that is coming out. No, he actually loved MST3K, which is fine. But same concept, okay? It's taking these old shows and you can watch them on Pluto.tv and watch them. And it's fantastic. You maybe get a couple commercials here or there. You can get it on the Apple TV, on the Roku, and even the Amazon Fire, which is awesome. But here's the really cool part. First, I need to show JT the Thunderbirds intro because, he's apparently clueless to that.
Dude.
What?
Remember who you're talking to here.
Come on, dude. The Thunderbirds was out way before I was even born, and I know this show because this was a great show. It was such a great show. I will even go a step further, and for those watching on Twitch, I'm going to split the screen. That's right. You heard me.
He's going split screen, folks. It's never been done before on a live TV show.
Which is bullshit because we do it all the time.
But it sounded good.
It did sound good. It did.
And Rorschach says, Thunderbirds are go.
Exactly. See, even Rorschach gets it.
Big Rich says, love Pluto TV, use it on my Roku and my phone. And Rorschach says, Team America was an homage to the Thunderbirds.
Yes, it was.
5.
Ooh, we don't want to start it yet. I want to split it off for people. But this was the intro to Thunderbirds, okay? So here we go.
5, 4, 3,
2, 1. Thunderbirds are go!
Thunderbirds are go.
Come on. I mean, this was innovative. It's the Thunderbirds, man. None of this looks familiar to you. The Tracy brothers? I mean, there was even a movie. It's the Thunderbirds. Scott Tracy as pilot for Thunderbird 1. John Tracy, our space monitor. And let me just say this. For John Tracy, in my eyes, okay, because he was up in this space satellite that they had, the space station. He was the brother that nobody wanted. That's why they put him up there.
So he was the troubled one that they didn't want to get out in public.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. What?
I've never seen the show.
Oh, JT. I mean, come on. Look at this. You got Virgil Tracy for Thunderbird 2. Gordon Tracy, the Aquanaut, and Alan Tracy, astronauts. Brains was the engineer. Lady Penelope was the secret agent from London. Come on! And it was filmed in VidColor. Thunderbirds are go! They built sets and blew them up! You've never seen Thunderbirds?
I'm with Rich on this one. I don't remember Thunderbirds. I do remember Thundercats, though.
Well, I mean, Thundercats, yeah.
I wish I could pull the, this was before my time thing, but this is how I'm older than you. But no, I don't. I do not honestly think that I have ever seen that show.
You've never seen...
I'm just being honest, dude. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, dude.
I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, I love that show. It was awesome, and
oh, man.
Well, see, now you're having a flashback to later on this week where you made the comment on Facebook about shaking your head because you found out that people at work had not watched or seen a movie or something.
Oh, let me tell you about that. Let me tell... and don't get me wrong, I love all the women that I work with, and I do work with women. Every single person in the office that I work with is a woman, okay? They're all mothers. And the other day, I made a joke that referenced the great outdoors. And one out of all of them had seen the great outdoors. I was so disappointed.
I've seen the great outdoors in many countries and many states.
But I mean, come on. Come on. Actually, I think I did that wrong. Let me do... Jackson's actually helping me out here.
Uh-huh.
With...
Thank you, Jackson.
With the Twitch. He says, in the stream edit, put gaming talk shows in the playing box. So thank you. Gaming talk shows. There we go.
Yeah, but see, now they're going to think we're talking about games.
Well, I mean, Thunderbirds was a game too. Just saying. But this will actually help. It's a gaming talk show. It's not just about gaming. We do try to talk about everything. We show video and everything else, I mean, JT Jackson, here's what I want you to understand. JT the most...
I'm a lost cause, dude.
Yeah, the most video games JT has played is the Atari.
No. Not true.
And he says, people talk about everything.
I've done the Atari. I did the Nintendo. I did the Sega.
Mm-hmm.
I've done PlayStation.
What?
And I'm trying to think what my buddy Dennis had. There's the one where the tower stands up. It was about that wide, and it was black.
That would be PlayStation or Xbox or the Wii
I think it was Xbox.
Okay.
But I never, I had a system a long time ago. I used to have a Sega system. But as far as any of the other ones, I never owned one. So for me to play, I had to go to friends' houses, or when I was in the service, if my roommate had one, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So, I'm trying to get a buddy of mine that I grew up with, had great friends with him from Wisconsin, who's one of the guys that I used to game with all the time.
Right.
And I'm trying to get them to tune into the show right now. So.
Well, dude.
I'm working on it.
No. Why aren't they on it, man? What the hell? Everybody else
because
is
I
on
just
it.
got back in touch with them.
Oh, well, all right. Dude,
check me out. I'm making a fool of myself. I'm just saying.
Well, they're used to that.
Just saying. Hey, I got a bug up on my ceiling. Ooh.
I'm glad you said on your ceiling.
No, it's actually right by the window there.
But no, I'm okay. If you look at the people who have been hosts on this show,
I'm gonna have to kill that bug. That's gonna bug me.
You look at obviously Sully.
Yes, that's me.
That's me. We've had Rorschach in with us. We've had Punchy. We had, D and Greg.
Yep.
And Adam. And everybody that we've had, most of them were some sort of gamer.
Yes. Like me.
Except for me.
Yeah, you're a special breed.
I am definitely the oddball of the group.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay, because I'm not big into wrestling.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. I'm not big into movies as far as deep as y'all go.
Yep. Yep.
Actors' names, I remember them every now and then. That kind of thing, I'm not the big gamer. I'm not the big tech guy. And I'm just kind of the guy who sits back and knows a little bit about most stuff.
Yeah, but you
acts like he's freaking smart.
But you also get confused when when I'm playing GoldenEye. You're like, how the hell are you doing that? I'm just pulling the trigger.
Because we've talked about us setting up the gaming thing for me.
Yes,
okay,
and we're still gonna.
Okay, but my thing is, I cannot do the keyboard gaming. I've tried many, many times to do the keyboard
controller?
Gaming.
I'll send you a controller.
I have to have some sort of a controller.
You need like an Xbox controller? Because Xbox
like
controllers...
an Xbox controller or something like that.
And that can link to your computer, by the way, through Bluetooth.
Yeah, because what is it? It's usually like, what is it? ESD and C or something like that, for moving. And,
X, Y, and S.
And
oh, wait, I have an Xbox controller here. Hold on.
So, yeah, I would love to do it, but if you want to see me really make a fool of myself, go ahead and let me game on there by using the keyboard, because that is going to be crazy.
Now, I'm not a big Xbox player. I've never really been a big fan of Xbox, and don't mind the plastic bag, because I am in the middle of starting to pack. So, yeah, we're moving to a new place. X, Y, A, and B is on the Xbox controller.
Right.
Here, okay.
Right. But I was talking about on the keypad. The keys. It's like, I think it was W, A, S, and Z or something like that for moving.
You have up, down, left, and right.
Right.
But you can use the arrows on your keyboard.
My coordination, finger wise to hand-eye or my finger-eye coordination is not that good. Whereas my hand-eye coordination, I can do that. My thumbs are well trained. They're just out of practice.
Hey, my man Kevin finally came into the chat room on Twitch.tv. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, pal.
I'm just being honest. KGTV.
Now, Rorschach just says, by the way, huge expansion of Hearthstone this week. I was talking to Doc last night, and I actually started crying because I missed my Sega Saturn, LOL. I love that system. Well, Rorschach, first of all, you cry at everything. That's number one. Number two, you keep saying you want to play Hearthstone on the Accidental Bunch channel, and you still aren't doing it.
Yeah, what's up with that, man?
So, all right, this is bugging me. I need to kill this bug.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I want to say hi to KGTV, who has joined us in the chat room.
Yeah, that's my friend Kevin. That's my friend Kevin. Why isn't this working? Why isn't that working? Because I turned it down. Because I turned it down. I turned the other microphone down. All right, let's see here. He is right above me. And I'd love to show video of this, but the switcher's on the other side of the room. So I'm sorry if the audio sounds like shit.
So y'all get to sit there and look at me. Such a lovely view.
Dead. Bastard.
Oh. Did you fall?
No.
Yeah, it probably would have made a bigger boom than that.
No, I just...
Oh, they must be tuned in because I was just asked, when aren't you odd?
Who?
Me.
Who? Oh, Rorschach says he's very emotional, and he's going to wait till he gets his new PC. It's easier streaming off of there than it is with my Mac. Oh, well, that's true. And no, it was not a spider. It was some weird gray type of thing. I can never tell
bug, maybe?
I can never tell what type of bug it is, but
a stink bug, maybe?
No. Excuse me.
That stink bug?
No. It's something else. My apartment gets these occasionally, and we always spray for bugs every year. But you know what? I don't have to worry about it. Because after May 20th, I won't be here. I'll have a new studio.
Yes, so we're probably going to end up taking, 2, maybe 3 weeks?
Yeah,
hiatus?
Probably about 2 to 3 week hiatus at the end of May and beginning of June.
And maybe what I'll do is, if I can coordinate things with people, maybe I'll keep the show running during that time.
Which
so
would
that
be great.
We're not empty.
That would be fantastically awesome.
And real quick, I want to say hi.
Hi.
To Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
And my good friend Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
In Wisconsin right now. And
what?
Happy birthday to Dennis.
We're in Wisconsin?
They're in Wisconsin.
Wow. That's awesome. I'm not going to lie. And don't mind me, folks. I'm the crazy one out of the two of us. So.
Well, it kind of goes back and forth sometimes, but the majority of the time, yes, it's him.
And I'm not going to lie. I really didn't have much planned for today, so I do have some things, just not a lot. One of the things that I did want to talk about, and we haven't really talked about it because we're not really we're not really very political people on this show because we can care less. We hate and love everybody equally. I'm just saying.
Well,
no, we do. We do. For example, okay? JT and I never really talk about politics, and the reason we don't talk about politics is because we both think everybody's an asshole. Am I right?
That pretty much does it. That pretty much covers it.
That is my take on politics. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. You know why you're an asshole? Because you
were born that way.
You don't do what you say you're going to do, and you're an asshole. Trump's an asshole. We know this. I'm just saying. Trump's an asshole. And he wears it with pride. Just like,
That's what I like about him, though.
But
he's an ass.
Yeah.
He knows he's an ass.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he doesn't try to hide it.
Yes.
He's like, look, I'm going to build a freaking wall.
Do it!
If you want in my country, you come in my country the right way.
Do it! Peppermint Patty just came into the chat room.
You're gone.
Good old Peppermint Patty. Hi, Peppermint Patty. It's okay.
Patty!
It is okay for you being late. We will allow it. We have no say.
We'll definitely allow it because earlier this week, Patty tweeted about me.
What?
Yes. She said I had awesome music.
You do have awesome music. You do.
So I want to say thank you to Patty for that one.
Aw.
You're good people, Patty.
Yay, you made...
Oh, you hang out with us.
You made JT happy.
It made my week, I tell you what.
Yay, you made JT happy. You made him happy, damn it.
It's not easy to do.
I want to do a cartoon with that voice. Get off of my lawn.
Get off of my lawn, you young whippersnappers.
We could do our own version of Statler and Waldorf, and we'll call it the City Boy and the Redneck.
Now, how come you always get first billing?
The City Boy's you, dude.
No, you're
a play on words.
You're not the redneck.
Let's see. Rorschach says, guys, he's going to be the Republican nominee. I saw on CNN this morning that Cruz will have to win 115% of the next primaries, which of course is impossible. I wonder if this is the end of America. Why? Okay, first and foremost, Rorschach, since you brought this up,
oh God,
it doesn't matter who wins. Do you know why?
I like riches.
What?
I'm a political atheist. I believe that no matter who's in office, shit will be the same.
Exactly. Here's why. Here's why it doesn't matter who wins. Because no matter what, you're going to have the people out there that do not like the president. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Right, exactly.
Okay? I didn't like Bush. I didn't like Clinton. I didn't like Bush. I didn't like Obama. They still ran the country. I still had to support them because I live in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, with that being said, out of all the presidents from the past to now, Reagan, Lincoln, and Washington are my 3 favorite presidents. And I only say that because of it not really being in wartime until, Lincoln with the Civil War, okay? Even then, I have to put in Roosevelt in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is, when Pearl Harbor got bombed, we beat the shit out of everyone.
Yeah. Well, not everyone.
Yeah, we did.
Maybe everyone involved.
We blew up Japan.
Twice.
Yes, twice. Nothing against the Japanese people, but they messed with us then, and we kicked their ass.
And the coolest thing to me about that whole thing was Yamamoto sat there and said, I worry that all we have done is awoken a sleeping giant.
Exactly. Okay? Now, fast forward to 9/11. The giant was already awake. You hit the big dog in the yard. And what did we do? We went over there and bombed the shit out of him. If it was up to me, I would have hit the red button and turned the keys. But that's just me.
You gotta turn the key, then hit the button.
Well, I think it's actually turn the key and then it goes...
No, you gotta hit the button to make it go...
Oh, yeah. Well, somebody else has that right. Yeah, you still got you got to put in the code, and then you got to turn the key at the same time, because if you don't, it could backfire.
It's going, nope, I'm not going anywhere.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, danger.
Yo, dumbass, you did it wrong. Try again. You have 2 more tries.
So in the end, it really doesn't matter to me who becomes president, whether it's Trump, whether it's Kasich, whether it's Cruz, whether it's Clinton, whether it's Sanders. Here's the thing. The American public is sick and tired of all the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Okay?
And
because
the thing of it is the people that could make a difference
yes,
would never stand a chance.
No.
The people who would actually get in there, like, say, just if any of us had political aspirations, me or you.
Yeah, I could give 2 shits. I'm just saying.
Okay, but if we had the ability to do it and the want to do it,
yes,
because we know that we could make a difference, we could actually change things to make things better. We would never stand a chance.
Why do I think we should have Kumbaya playing right now? Do I have that?
I hope not.
Kumbaya. How do you spell that?
See, now Kevin's got a good question. He says, I wonder if they only have a certain number of times to get it right before the nukes lock them out.
That's a really good question.
I am sorry. You
Please.
have entered the wrong password 3 times. You are now locked out for 48 hours. I can hear the president, get Sully on the line. We need tech support.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
Come on. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, my God.
Let's just say, okay, you put in the password, right? And it's case sensitive.
Right.
Just like logging into Facebook. It's case sensitive. 3 tries, you're out. It It could happen.
Yep.
It could happen.
It could.
And I would laugh my head off. Because you know what? Here's what you see in the news. You would see this, okay? This is exactly what you would see and hear. This just in, breaking news. The Pentagon blew up today due to someone putting in the password the wrong way 3 times. All hell is going to break loose.
And
more at 11.
90% of the time when you tell somebody that it's case sensitive, now the password is case sensitive, they don't know what that means.
They better know what it means.
No, I'm serious, dude. Now, remember, I used to work for the cable company troubleshooting computers.
Yes.
And systems and stuff, okay?
Yes.
And, you tell them, okay, go ahead and try and log into your email.
Okay.
And, remember that it's case sensitive.
Wait.
I can't count the number.
I got to play this because Kevin just brought it up, okay?
You didn't say the magic word.
Oh, God.
You didn't say the magic word.
Come on, that'd be great.
Yeah. Actually, you know what?
That'd be fantastic.
It should be a max headroom.
Max headroom doing what?
Yep. You don't get to push the button.
I don't know if he ever had like an error, did he?
Well, I mean, just something like that where it's no, you don't get to launch, something like that,
A, B, C, D, E is for elephant. F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M is for Max. That's me. N, O, P, Q, R, S, T.
This is what he was on
Tommy,
Sesame Street.
U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So that's the alphabet, kids.
Was that Jim Carrey?
No, that was actually Max Headroom. The guy who plays Max Headroom. I'm trying to think here because I'm trying to find what did he have? Oh, here you go. Let me see if I can pull this up on the split screen here. I don't know how well these quotes will come out. I don't even know how well the video is, to be honest. So let's split the screen here. Let's bring JT up so you get the full thing here. And
hi everybody.
It's not playing. There we go.
Still alive out there? Good. This is kind
of like that?
Yeah.
Danger! Kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm not gonna lie. I could see that. I don't know how well that would go over with the government, though.
True.
Well, here's why.
They're getting ready to launch nuclear missiles. Who the hell cares?
Well, true, but think about it. Here's why, okay? Even if they have a glitch like that, they will shut the whole program down in an instant. They will. They'll shut it down in an instant.
Exactly. And can you imagine being the programmer who was putting that in there?
That would be interesting, I'm not going to lie.
You sit there typing it up and putting the code in for it, sitting there going, yeah, I'm going to mess with these bastards. They're going to go as far as to launch nuclear missiles. I'm going to make it hard.
Well, I mean, I could see why.
Yeah.
Especially, with this, just saying, I could see why,
Access main program. Access main security. Access main program grid.
You didn't say the magic word.
Please! God damn it!
Take this hacker crap.
I mean, come on. You know I'm right. It would certainly be interesting. It really would.
It would.
I do want to say hi to Smurf1979. Thanks for joining us in the chat room. Whoever that is just chimed in. awesome. Share the love. Share the love. Share the love. I have no idea.
I just got called a dork.
Who called you a dork?
Well, it's either my friend Sarah or my friend Dennis. I don't know which one of them is typing on this account at the moment. So, you know.
Well, you are a dork.
That might be Smurf. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Did they hurt your feelings?
No.
Are you sure?
I've been called worse. I've been called worse by myself.
Are you sure you didn't get your feelings hurt?
Maybe just a little bit.
A little bit?
Just a little bit.
JT, because, you know, I don't like when people hurt your feelings. You know? I don't want you to feel that you were dragged down. You know?
I am feeling kind of lonely right now.
Well, JT, you got me, man. You do. You have me.
But you're so far away, Sully.
I don't mean to be. It's just where I'm located.
I'm just so lonely. And there's only one thing I have to say about that.
Well, tell me. Speak, JT. Pour your heart out to me, please.
Well, all I can really say is kiss my ass. I love it.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll, folks.
Wow.
That's how we roll.
Well, that's what we call it anyway.
If you want to really call it that. The Smurf 1979 says, Tom, that's why you have me and me.
I know who it is now. It is my friend Sarah.
Oh.
That
Way to go.
Gargamel. Ha ha ha.
Is she at least cute? I don't know.
Last time I saw her, she was, so I would have to assume that she still is. And I know my buddy Dennis has very, very good taste in women.
Woohoo! Hello.
So, you know.
Hello. Good luck. I'm just asking. Listen, I'm married, so, you know, it is what it is.
So am I.
True. I'm younger than you, though. Yo, fart!
I have more experience.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
No doubt.
Because you know I'll knock you down 4 pegs. You'll bring me with you, obviously. You know.
I'll let you think you knocked me down 4 pegs.
That is true. And by the way, folks, this is usually how our live show is, especially when we really don't have anything planned. And if we do, we tend to get sidebarred anyway. So good luck. I'm just saying.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, I did watch 2 movies last night.
Oh?
I sent you a message on...
That is true, you did.
On Messenger yesterday. I says, well, it looks like it's a Star Wars and Chipmunks movie kind of night.
And hell yeah. I mean, it's Star Wars. Just saying.
We can talk about that, you know.
Star Wars is awesome.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you.
Dude, I could do a whole 2 hours on Star Wars. I mean, come on.
No, we're not going that far.
But I could. Just saying.
I mean, it's just... I gotta say, man, and no offense meant, but Princess Leia looked like shit.
She's old. They actually made her lose weight.
At one point in time, Princess Leia was hot.
Yeah.
She was gorgeous.
The bronze bikini?
Last night, I looked at Kay and said, holy crap, she went to shit.
Well, I mean, it's been 30-something years since she's been Princess Leia.
True.
Yeah.
I loved the movie, though, I have to say.
Oh, you did?
And it filled in a huge gap.
Yeah, it did.
It filled in a huge gap, and it gave a whole new dimension to the storyline of how everything happens.
Yeah.
There's one thing I didn't like.
What didn't you like? And listen, and folks, by the way, if you haven't seen Star Wars by now, I'm not even giving the spoiler alert because it's on Blu-ray and
I'm
DVD.
usually the last one in the world to see a movie because I wait for it to come out on Redbox.
Yeah.
So,
Peppermint Patty asks a very good question. But first, let's get into what you thought. What didn't you like about Star Wars?
Han Solo dies.
Well, yeah, dude. Originally he was supposed to die in the first one,
but he was killed by his son.
I have a theory on that,
and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I have a theory on that.
And but I liked how after he killed him and he fell off the catwalk.
Yep.
And was going, falling down and everything. Mm-hmm. It reminded me. It took me back to when who was it that fell? Oh, it was Luke. When Luke fell through
down in the Cloud City,
and was rescued by Han and the Princess in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Now, and Han was already in Carbonite. It was Lando. But anyway.
Lando, sorry.
Anyway, and Rorschach just says Han Solo gets killed by his son. Well, here's the thing. That's what they want you to think. And here's my theory. Rorschach also goes, you guys think Kylo Ren is the Jedi that Luke failed? No shit. Just saying. Anyway. So the theory is this, and honestly, this is probably the best theory that I have, because every single person has said that Kylo Ren killed Han Solo. No, he didn't. And here's why. If you really pay attention to it, and I can find the proof, okay? I have it. I have it both digital and Blu-ray. So here's the proof. When they're talking, the first thing that Han Solo says to Kylo Ren in the middle of the conversation is, I will do anything for you. That's your clue. Mm-hmm. Kylo Ren did not kill Han Solo. Han Solo killed Han Solo by taking Kylo Ren's hand, moving the lightsaber over, and pushing the button off frame so no one saw it happen, thinking that Kylo Ren actually killed Han Solo. Now, here's why he did that, okay? Think about it. What happened with Anakin Skywalker all those years ago before he became Darth Vader? He was a Jedi. Okay?
Right.
In order, and according to everything that I've read up on with Star Wars, and I'm a big Star Wars person, the only way a Sith Lord who goes from Jedi to Sith can fully be a Sith Lord is to kill his master. Now, some people will say, well, he kills Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first movie. We still got a while with that, okay?
Yeah.
Because Obi-Wan Kenobi was at the end of his life to begin with anyway, okay? Darth Vader was already turned over, and he had his kids. So, therefore, in order to save Kylo Ren from fully embracing the dark side, he needs to kill Luke Skywalker, not Han Solo. Therefore, Han Solo killed himself in order to save his son from fully turning over to the dark side. Boom! Bring it. Good theory, right?
That makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Why would that make sense?
Think about it from a Jedi point of view. And I want to say hi to Fletcher Sucks. He's in the chat room. What's up? Just saying.
Well, anyway, this whole killing Han Solo thing brought up one other issue.
Okay, what's the other issue before we go to break?
Okay. You had the big sword lightsaber fight between Kylo Ren and Rey.
Yes.
Is that her name?
Yep.
Rey. Thank you.
Yep.
Had that big sword fight there. You had the big one earlier in the thing with Finn.
Yep.
And the Stormtrooper guy and all that. Okay. You're seeing lightsabers go through people.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when Vader, or son of a bitch, who killed Obi-Wan? Yeah,
Darth Vader. But see,
who killed Obi-Wan?
You got to remember
when Vader killed Obi-Wan,
he disappeared.
He disappeared
because he became one with the Force.
Okay.
He was at peace with the Force.
There you go. Clarified. Good to go.
All right. As long as you know that he was at peace with the Force, that's all that matters. All that matters. And with that, we're going to go on break. When we come back, we still got a lot more to talk about, so make sure you keep it locked in right here to The Sully Show on More Like Radio and on twitch.tv/accidentalpunch. Keep it locked in because we will be right back. I promise. I promise.
Hey guys, this is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are listening to The Sully Show on morelikeradio.com. Get it going. It's morphin' time.
It's time for a piss break. Come on back. It's The Sully Show.
Morelikeradio.com. Because mean people need to laugh too. Hey, you. Yes, you guessed 10,542,000. Change your username. And while you're in the More Like Radio live page, listening to fine quality programming, notice the banner ad just slightly above the chat room? It's a link to something you want in Amazon. Click it. It's probably reminding you to order something you need from Amazon.com. Don't leave MLR and type the URL like a sucker. Just click the link and it'll open in a new window. This way you can buy your shit and continue listening to the show. Now, change your username. It's right there on the right, stupid.
If you weren't able to catch the last Hippo Juice show, here's what you probably missed.
I just keep thinking to myself, and it makes me giggle, that every time I hear the story, I imagine it was Ray Romano in the same situation.
Oh,
Deborah!
Kind of does. I barely touched her. Come on. Oh, it was my brother. Look at him. He's bigger than me. Come on. Oh. Come on, everybody loves me. I got twins. Come on. Oh, let's go Home Depot. Come on. Fess up, Raymond. You know it was you. They got you on video. Anybody want soup? Ma, come on. We're talking over here. Oh, man. I'm dying. So if you learn anything from Hippo Juice, remember, Ray Romano allegedly punched his wife in an elevator.
Right.
We don't report the news accurately. We report half of it. Whatever. It's still news, so fuck you guys. This is more entertaining than some football player.
Listen to the Hippo Juice show live every Wednesday night, 7 to 9 p.m. on morelikeradio.com.
Did you know you can listen to any of the More Like Radio shows on the go? Download TuneIn Radio on your smartphone and search More Like Radio and never miss a show.
The Elvis and Albert Show, Thursdays, morelikeradio.com, 5 to 7. I'm Elvis Cage.
I'm Alfred.
I'm Jameson, and on the phone?
It's Bill. I'm phoning it in.
Oh, he's phoning it in. Coming to you live from the Halfpenny Pub in Sayville.
That's right, punk rock music,
independent music,
and all the rest of the things that we speak about.
Crazy party stuff.
Yeah. Here on morelikeradio.com.
And ElvisandAlfred.com, 24/7.
Yarr!
The Elvis and Alfred Show.
Hey, listeners. Yes, that means you. Missed your favorite More Like Radio shows live? No problem. Just go to morelikeradio.com/downloads. That's morelikeradio.com/downloads. More Like Radio's RSS feed works with your iThings, Zunes, Androids, Windows Phone, and anything else that can subscribe to an RSS feed. If you're so awesome that you only get your podcasts from iTunes, you can subscribe to our feed in iTunes by clicking the subscribe to iTunes link right on the downloads page. So what are you waiting for? Download More Like Radio podcasts and subscribe to our feed now. Yes, right now. Do it.
Hey,
Danielle, you know when you're watching the news and you see those really dumb people?
Yeah.
You know how you just want to make fun of them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you can. All you gotta do is take those really stupid articles or videos that you see online and send it to us at dumbass@thesullyshowonline.com.
What's that address again?
It's dumbass@thesullyshowonline.com, and we might just use it for the show.
Right here on morelikeradio.com, Sundays, noon to 2.
Hey, this is Strong Bad from the internet, and you gotta listen to, you're on morelikeradio.com, and that's a good place for you to be, because you can hear all the shows, including the best show, Rorschach and Doc. So, cheap plug, listen, celebrity voice impersonator.
Steve, do you think you could say this line here? This line here.
OSW Review, an old school wrestling podcast that won't kidnap you and kill you.
Just emphasize won't, so it makes it sound like our competition will kill you.
OSW Review, an old school wrestling podcast that won't kidnap and kill you.
And you're listening to More Like Radio.
MoreLikeRadio.com. Because mean people need to laugh too.
Hi, I'm Terry Fader, and I'm lynched in the impersonating turtle. At last, you're listening to the Sully Show on MoreLikeRadio.com. Oh.
Sounds windy in here, doesn't it? Shh. But we are back. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hello. Isn't this what you want? Peaceful radio? Just saying. Just putting it out there, you know? I think I'm just, getting things going. Just saying. And Peppermint Patty, you got it. I can do a Star Wars podcast if I want to. But right now, Holy Diver! Yeah. That's how I roll. Yeah. JT's back too. Hi, JT. I did unmute you, right? I'm just making sure I unmuted you.
Yeah, you did.
Holy Diver! Just saying. Come on into the chat room. Go to morelikeradio.com/live or twitch.tv/accidental punch and join us because we're having a good time today. We're having a really good time. That hour went by really quick, JT. It really did.
Yeah, it did.
And that's okay. That's okay. So, I do want to touch up on something that, Peppermint Patty asked us in the chat room right before the break, and I think it's a good question, and she doesn't know the answer. I think we should give the answer.
Okay.
And the question she asked was, how did we get into podcasting? And Rorschach, yes, Dio is dead.
As far as I go, it's all your damn fault.
You're welcome. I love being blamed for that. It's fantastic.
I mean, hey, I speak the truth, man.
Hey, it's a good truth. I'm just saying. Just saying. It is. It's. Well, here's the thing, okay? And JT will back me up on this. Originally, we would like to think that we're really not into podcasting. And the reason is mostly because we're radio show hosts. We have been for years.
What would be the definition of quote unquote podcasting?
Yeah. Obviously a podcast is a replaying or something that you can download of a show that's broadcasted, either live or recorded, so on and so forth.
Okay, so we do fall into that category.
Well, we fall into that category, but we also fall into the category of live radio as well. And in this case, live broadcasting on a video service as well. Twitch, Ustream, Stick'em. Like, I've done it all. I've used all of them. And I could go live on YouTube as well, if I wanted to. I don't really like it because
we could even go live on Facebook.
We could. And that's something that I do want to do eventually, but I have to work out some things on how to actually do that. So with that being said, we really got into, I guess you could say we got into podcasting when we started here on More Like Radio. Because I record all the shows anyway. Any show we do live, I record. Because you never know when you might need it for a demo or something. Because that's how we roll. We like doing that stuff. But
I think the official... Well, when we joined More Like Radio, I think it became official.
Yes.
That we were doing podcasts.
Yes.
But because we were out for, a good year and a half on our own.
Yeah, give or take.
Where we were still doing shows and still broadcasting, and everything. But we...
And JT's getting a little choppy. But at the same time, you have to remember, JT and I met on another radio station. And that's how we really started becoming friends and doing broadcasting. He saved my butt when my co-hosts pretty much bailed on me. Because, as one put it, he just wasn't happy doing the show. Don't know why. But at the same time, he was always late for the show.
Right.
And when did I went live, around... I think I went live around 8 a.m. every morning, right? Something like that?
Yeah, you usually did the 8 to 10, and then I did the 10 to noon.
Right. And Peppermint Patty, she says, I think podcasts are the new radio. And you know what? I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. And not for the fact that, people don't really have the time to listen live. Because some people do, some people don't. I mean, everybody listening live right now or watching live, I always thank you guys for doing that. Because without you guys, we wouldn't have a live show. We would just do a recorded show like good number of shows on the network do. I personally love the interaction between the listeners and the fans and the viewers. I love that stuff. I love breaking that fourth wall.
The listeners made our shows. I mean, when we were on Who Are Radio.
Oh yeah.
Back then, like when I'd team up with you on Fridays, or once we got teamed up during the whole week, the interaction with the chat room, with the people in the chat room, more than once made our show.
Oh, absolutely. And
the Wizard of Oz episode.
That was great. Wizard of Oz was great.
The dinosaur episode.
And you also have to know one thing, okay? And not a lot of people know this. JT knows it, I know it, but not a lot of the listeners know it. Marie, one of our owners here of More Like Radio, actually listened to the show every morning. We even had this whole big bit going on with a stupid raptor and a dinosaur for the Rapture. You remember the Rapture from years ago?
Oh, God.
It was one of those things. And we milked that.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, Hippo Juice and Dutch and Royce and all the other shows that are on More Like Radio now, they were on Edge FM.
You guys milked that so much that you ran out of powdered milk.
We destroyed it. We destroyed it. But they were all on Edge FM, and when I found out that they were starting their own internet radio, I went right to Royce and Marie, and I said, listen, we've been, acquaintances for a long time. I like to think of you guys as friends of ours. Do you have a home for the Sully Show? And Marie flat out said,
no.
Well, she didn't say no. She said, absolutely. Like, no. She goes, your show's not really on our format, and that's a good thing. And it is, because we try to keep a clean show no matter what. Mm-hmm. Fletcher, right. Just because he said it, he says, listen to Dr. Rorschach Show noon to 2 on Saturdays on More Like Radio. Sure. Right. Why not?
Right.
Why not?
Cross promotion.
As a matter of fact, and JT, maybe we can give Rorschach about 15 minutes.
Maybe. We'll think about it. To answer Patty's question, though, I think what really got us into the podcasting, as far as where we are right now, is the chemistry that you and I had back on Who Are Radio.
Oh, yeah.
When we were doing our show.
Without a doubt.
Was so... We never...
It was like butter, baby!
Yeah, I can also say that we never tried to have a good show.
No, we never really did.
It just happened. Our interaction, the way that we meshed and everything. And it was the desire to do more.
Yeah.
It was the desire to do more and to advance as broadcasters.
Yeah.
Be it radio or be it video.
Absolutely.
I think that's pretty much what got us into that.
Absolutely.
And your technical knowledge and everything has, enabled us to make those advances.
Right. And I think that was part of the problem with Who Are Radio.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to advance. They did. They wanted to advance. But at the same time, they didn't really have, what's the word I'm looking for here? They didn't really have the gumption,
the drive,
or anything else to really push themselves to that next level. And this is true, because when I was on the show, on the airs, and JT was on with me, I can't take all the credit for having listeners in, because when JT was live with me in the morning, we had a shitload of listeners. I mean, tons of listeners.
We had the highest numbers of any show.
And whenever we did what was it? It was a company meeting, I want to call. We had conference calls, because we had people that were on Who Are Radio all over the place. DJ Sean, our own former co-host, Sin Luscious. We had so many people from so many places all across the country doing live radio.
And overseas.
That's right. We had
Irish Border.
We had
Gary.
We had Gary over in Ireland. And Peppermint Patty just says, I think MLR is a trendsetter. You know what? I honestly think that you're right. I think More Like Radio is going to be some type of trendsetter that will get people to do what they need to do. Why isn't... Where'd JT go? Rorschach, I'll call you back, okay?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what just happened. JT, I just lost JT. Let me see if I can get them both back. That was weird. For some reason, Skype just went blah and threw up. And what happened was when we had these...
Dude!
I really don't know what happened. I tried to get Rorschach chiming in, and for some reason it just disconnected one and took the other. So I just hung up on both of you and got it fixed. I apologize for that.
I'm sitting here listening to you, and all of a sudden all I hear is...
Like, where did he go?
It's like, I thought I lost my internet or something, because everything just reset. I'm like, whoa, what the hell?
WTF, man?
Here's the Sully moment.
Yeah. So Peppermint Patty, I mean, in the long run, when we had our conference calls, they would go over the numbers, and they would actually tell us who had the most numbers every single day. And every single morning, those numbers were increasing. And they also were getting mad at me for being on air all the time. Not gonna lie.
Well, they're opening slots.
Yeah.
If they're open slots, they told us.
Now, Rich,
open slots, take them.
Rich from Arizona brings up a really good question. He says, "What's your opinion of podcasts charging?" All right, when it comes to that, I'm a little torn, and the reason I'm torn is it's expensive to make a podcast. Some people don't think it is, but it is. At least a good one. Where did Rorschach go? Okay, Rorschach, I'll call you back.
I don't know.
I'll call you back, Rorschach. We'll answer this.
Bye-bye.
We'll answer this, and I'll get you back on. I apologize. I don't know what's going on, but I'll call you back. So when it comes to charging, I get it. I get why podcasts are doing that. I don't think I would ever charge for the podcast at all. I would prefer to do something for Patreon, which I am building a Patreon page for our show, because like I said, it's expensive. I have to pay my lighting. I have to pay my cable. I have all this equipment that just makes my electricity go skyrocketing. So it's expensive to do a podcast. I pay for Skype to have multiple people Skype in. It's all coming out of my pocket. So I understand why some podcasts would charge. Would I charge per show? No. I would rather people be able to download the show for free every day and not have to worry about it. Rorschach, for some reason, it's not letting me add you. Give me a minute and I'll fix it and I'll get you back on, okay? Hold on. Let me call you back and get you on the show here.
And
I really don't know what's happening and why this is happening with Rorschach. I really don't.
Right.
So let me.
I think this while you're messing around with that tech stuff there.
Yeah.
I think if you're as a podcast, if you're going to charge, you need to be very specific. It needs to be something that I don't want to say nobody else is doing because everybody's doing everything, but you need to be one of the top of the line type podcasts.
Yes.
In order to be able to charge.
Yes.
I don't think we could get away with charging.
No. Not right now.
I think if our graphic quality and everything else were to go up.
Yes. That I agree with.
Kind of thing, then I think we could get away with it.
That I agree with. I also think, and Rorschach, I know you're up with this because you're podcast listener all the time. So what do you think about other podcasters charging for their podcasts?
I do not agree with it, sir.
Really? That's your answer? You don't have your own opinion
well, no,
on it?
I don't. I mean, come on. We're doing this for fun. Podcasts are the punk rock of the 21st century. Everybody is dealing and promoting everybody else. We're supposed to be having fun with this. We're not supposed to be making money. Maybe I'm wrong. So.
Well, see, I disagree with the making of the money part. Because like I said, it's something that, okay, Rich from Arizona pretty much just took the words right out of my mouth. If you're top of the line, you should be able to make enough money from sponsors. I completely agree with you on that. Completely
top of the
agree.
Line.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, you got guys like Leo Laporte who only makes money from his sponsors. He doesn't charge any of his listeners or his followers to download their podcasts. Good example, I guess, would be Anthony Cumia from former O&A. He has people pay for shows on his network. If you're a subscriber on his network, you not only get his show, but you get a whole bunch of other shows too, and you can watch it live, and you get video streams and all of that. I would love to be able to get to that point. I would. Oh. But at the same time, I don't think I would be able... I wouldn't feel right charging people to download my podcast. Maybe
I wouldn't either.
Maybe if they were
because I'm so horrible.
Well, you know what? We'll get into that. We'll get into that. But maybe it's because we're at the point in time where new media has pretty much taken over what people do with their television, what people do with online, their YouTube, and whatnot. And I think at one point in time, if new media didn't become the way it is, that the old way would still work. Now, in this day and age, where pretty much everything's at your fingertips, and if it's not at your fingertips, you can find it. People and other companies need to start embracing that new media is changing the way people get their entertainment. Am I right?
Yeah, Sully, I agree completely. And by the way, I predict the death of every single cable company in the next 5 years.
And I can tell you why.
I don't. I don't think cable companies are going to die.
No, they're not. They're going
to
evolve into something else.
Well, yeah, but I guarantee you, not everybody is going to be a Roku and
Right.
I am.
Fire. I mean, I don't like. I'm weird that way. I like traditional. I don't know why. That's just the way I am. So I can't see me being a Fire Stick, Roku.
Dude, I'm
Pluto,
telling you, man.
Pluto, whatever.
Oh, which reminds me, by the way, with Pluto TV, because I didn't really get to it because we got sidetracked. We're gonna have our own channel on Pluto TV. Just bringing it out there for you folks. We are going to have our own channel. You'll be able to watch our shows, all our past shows, you name it, you'll be able to see it. Okay? Just getting it out there. I forgot to tell you, that's the good news. All right? But at the same time, like JT said, there are going to be people that are set in their ways. And those people that are set in the ways are going to be the ones that have that ability to still watch regular TV and not even get a DVR and do what they need to do. I hate watching commercials. I get why commercials are there, but I hate watching commercials. I always have, I always will. Okay? Even when I was younger, I took a VHS tape and put it in the VHS machine and I recorded a show just so I could fast forward the commercials. That was my DVR, kids. Just saying.
When I used to make my Star Trek The Next Generation tapes and stuff, I would always pause the recording when the commercials came on. So when I went back and rewatched it,
you wouldn't have commercials.
See the commercials.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rich from Arizona says he hasn't had cable in about 3 or more years. And honestly, I just got rid of my DirecTV. I did. I have Hulu, I got Netflix, I have Amazon Prime. I'm good. All my shows are on all of those.
Penalty, it seems.
What?
The only penalty, it seems, is you have to wait like about 12 hours to see a show. I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
But I never watch anything live on television anyway.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. I always recorded it and did what I needed to do. What happened to JT? Oh, he lost his internet. Oh boy. All right.
Am I messing this up, Sully?
No,
Listen,
you're not.
I wanted my 15 minutes to at least include the dumbass of the week.
So. Well, that's later. That's later. Okay. But we need to have a discussion, Mr. Rorschach.
Yeah, I know, but I want to wait till JT comes back.
JT is back.
I'm never here.
Because I have to publicly apologize to both of you.
Okay.
For my insanity. I am a very emotionally unstable person, as Sully has found out this week. And I want to apologize to both of you for my childishness and my recklessness. That's a good word, isn't it? Recklessness.
Well, I would.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of S's in there.
Yeah.
So, but listen, you guys are my favorite show, and I tried to go to war with you over some stupid stuff, and it was a failure. And
what we have here is a failure
to communicate. Yes. Yes.
And I'm sorry to both of you.
But now you need to tell everybody why you're sorry. Like, you need to let everybody know exactly what you did to bring this apology on, because a lot of the listeners don't know. They don't know. They don't know what you did.
Cut the Hulk music off.
What are you, producer of my show now?
Listen. 3 weeks ago, I had tried to call into the Sully Show, and I've been calling in on Sully for like about, I don't know, what Sully, about 4 weeks or so? Yeah.
Give or take, back to back.
You guys are tired of me. I understand that. And Sully was like, listen, Rorschach, forget it. I mean, take a break. We're going to talk about some other stuff. You take a break. We'll talk to you next week. And I lost my shit. Because I kind of lost it because I thought that you were like insulting me and humiliating me because, you know, me and the Rorschach and Doc show is the #1 show on More Like Radio. So, you're still playing it. You're still playing it.
Yes.
He's the sound effects king, dude. Just keep rolling.
Because this is my show.
So, I can't.
We do what I want.
No, I did get mad at Sully.
Yes.
I did get mad at Sully, and I was like, Sully, what the F? What the H did you do that for? You embarrassed me, and I lost it though, Sully, didn't I?
Now, wait a minute. You are not stating word for word what you said.
But I said you humiliated me, and I was angry at you for not letting me on the show because I thought I had become the third mic. Right?
But you didn't, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I have not become, and I've been put in my place, and I've been chastised. I have learned my lesson. And
you're on the shelf next to me now.
There you go, JT. And never was mad at you guys. And guys, listen, it was also.
I think we lost him. I really didn't touch it. I didn't touch anything. JT, you're still with me, right? JT? Hello? I think I lost both of them.
To admit, when I posted the guy from Spinal Tap going, "No, we shan't be working again," you got to admit you laughed at that.
No, not really.
Oh, come on, Sully. Come on.
Not really, because the reason I didn't laugh at that is because you were acting like a child.
I was acting childish, and Sully goes, "Yes, you were acting childish." But anyway, Sully and I have made up.
Yes, we did. Because I'm a forgiving person.
As both of you know...
And I'm still waiting for my check to clear.
Hey, that check ain't never going to clear. As both of you know, I'm a huge fan of the show. And I'm sorry, I kind of I was being an ass and dumb and stuff. And so, anyway, I'm sorry.
I look at it like this. Okay, you know, mistakes were made. Shit happened. The forces that be got together and talked. Got everything straightened out. 'Tis bridge under the water. And life moves on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there you go.
JT, Sully's being awfully quiet. And I think he wants to say something to me. Go ahead, Sully.
I'm letting you take the stand and make sure you own up to your mistakes.
I have, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
As of today, yes, you have. Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Water under the bridge. like a breeze.
I think Rorschach just killed a bug in his hand.
I did, Sully. I did. I just caught a fly. Oh my God! Did you capture that on video?
I might have.
And Sully, it lived. I let it go, and it flew out of my hand. Oh my God! I'm fucking.
He did the Karate Kid.
That's $1 in the jar.
That's $1 in the jar, but I did a Mr. Miyagi right there. I caught that fly, and I opened my hand, and it flew out.
You need to click on the link on the Twitch page and donate $1 right now. You were bad.
Wow. I'm sorry, guys. But listen,
Rich says Bridge Under the Water isn't good.
Did I say that?
We just said it at the same time.
Whoops. It's supposed to be water under the bridge.
And Fletcher says... And Fletcher says, can't we all just get along? Yes, absolutely.
We are, Fletcher. We are.
Wait. There's one qualifier to that.
Yeah.
We can all get along as long as everybody conforms to what we want.
Yes, because it's my show.
It's a totalitarianism or whatever that word is.
Listen.
Show.
You guys own Sunday.
Oh, I think.
Doc and I own Saturdays. And I infringed
until we do our expand show and start doing 2 hours on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you're screwed.
Which is a possibility.
But listen, again, I apologize. I was acting stupid and childish, and just come on. I mean, and Sully, in his generosity, he did forgive me, and I apologize to both you and JT for my actions. So.
Thank you very much, and we...
Don't let it happen again!
Yeah, I accept your apology. I do.
Are we listening to Elton?
No. Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, that's Simon and Garfunkel.
Bridge over troubled water.
It's not water over a troubled bridge.
Hey, guys, wait, I'll sing it.
No.
Okay. All right, well, I'll get out the didgeridoo.
Nope. You know the rules.
All right, guys. But listen, you guys know I love you both. We just had and it was 99% on me and 1% on Sully. And
notice how he's giving me 1%. Seriously? No,
I'm kidding, Sully.
No, it was all 100% on you, and I called you out on it in front of everybody.
Yes, you did.
Because
you the man, Andy.
And I was properly chastised, and I apologized to both of you.
And yet, I never called you a name.
Did I call you a name?
No, you never did. But I never called you a name. Because some people, when stuff like this happens, names start going. It happens. Yeah. You're in the heat of the moment, and Rorschach was in the heat of the moment for no reason. Until I pretty much just knocked him upside the head and went, hey, this is the deal. It's my show. I do what I say. I'm the producer. I'm the executive producer and creator of the Sully Show for the last 9 years. It's my show.
And it still sucks.
It does still suck. But at least we can admit that it sucks. At least we admit that it's
we're the rare people in the world who, when something sucks, we just straight out say, hey, it sucked. Yeah, but it's us.
But we also have that no problem saying, hey, this show sucked. All right, we'll just put it up. Whatever. It happens. It happens.
I love my Sunday because I have you guys here on my iMac, and then I look over here on my TV, and I have you on Twitch. It's a Sully-filled day.
I don't know how I should take that.
Glutton for punishment.
Yeah, I don't know how I should take that. That's weird. That's weird.
JT, check this out. I have a United States Marine knife. Check this out, man. Look at that.
Nice K-bar.
Yeah, it's a K-bar, exactly. It's black, so they don't see it at night. And
too bad I was Army.
I know you were Army. So,
but Rorschach, I don't think you should really have that if you're an emotional mess at times.
No. Sully never had any kind of thoughts like that.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to you accidentally either dropping it or slicing your finger off.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that.
Well,
You're more accident prone than Tim Allen was.
I can't. I was trying to juggle one. Do you guys see the scar here that
he was
on my finger? I nearly cut my finger off trying to mess around with my neck. But listen, guys, I'm going to let you go. Sully, thank you for letting me come on and
You're
apologize.
welcome.
I look forward to the Dumbass of the Week.
You're welcome.
And I'm always a big fan. I'm always a big fan, and I'm so sorry for the dust that got stirred up, and it's all my fault. And you guys know I love you, so all right.
Rorschach, you are forgiven. And while you're at it, before you go, why don't you give a plug for your show once again?
It's Rorschach and Doc, Saturdays, 11 Central, noon Eastern. Right? Yeah, that's correct.
On?
MoreLikeRadio.com.
Very good. Thanks for calling in and apologizing. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I love you guys. I love you guys.
We'll see you later.
All right, man.
Goodbye.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See? And that's how we do things, folks.
Yep.
That's how we do things. It's water under the bridge. But at the same time, I will have absolutely no problem. Anybody who does anything, because I don't deal with that stuff. I don't deal with BS or high school bullshit,
Right.
I would rather go right to the source and go, hey, listen, you're taking things just a little too seriously. Don't know why. Knock it off. And that's why I wanted to give Rorschach at least 15 minutes to get his say in and tell everybody what was wrong and why he was hiding. So, Rorschach, kudos to you. Good job.
You can come out of the shadows now.
Yes. Yes. Yes, you can. And you know what? Just because that it worked perfectly, almost perfectly anyway, I think we got a couple...
Long way before I would even consider charging somebody. I mean, we would have to be offering all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Before that would happen.
Absolutely. Like T-shirts and stuff like that.
Plus the fact, we could do the T-shirts and the coasters and the cozies and the mouse pads and all that crap. But my thing is, and there's one thing that kills me is, when people get things that are starting to be successful and that kind of thing, and all of a sudden offering all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Before that would happen.
Absolutely. Like T-shirts and stuff like that.
Plus the fact, we could do the T-shirts and the coasters and the cozies and the mouse pads and all that crap. But my thing is, and there's one thing that kills me is, when people get things that are starting to be successful and that kind of thing, and all of a sudden they think, hey, cool, I can start charging now.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we...
Your content... I'm sorry, but your content is not good enough for me to want to pay $2.99 or $5.99 or whatever a week,
right?
Just so I can watch you. I will watch you because it's free,
right?
And I don't have to pay for it. I have to pay for every freaking thing else in life.
Absolutely. And I would rather, I would rather it be free to begin with anyway. I would rather them watch me free. And even if they can't watch the whole thing, they'll be able to download it free later on.
And if you think that we're good enough that you would like to extend us some financial backing, that's what we have a donation page for. That's what we have our Patreon page for, or something like that.
Right. And now it's on
we
Twitch.
Can take that money and put it back into the show.
Yeah. If you feel that we're doing such a great job, we're entertaining you every Sunday, please, by all means, if you're watching on Twitch, we have a little link right underneath. It's got JT handing me money, which never happens. Just saying, it never happens. But if you click on that, not only will you be able to donate what you could, and we're not asking for $1 here or there, it's fine. $1 here or there, it's perfectly fine. You're not obligated. But it would be nice.
Well, we could use some big donations right now because I need a new computer.
There you go. See, JT needs a new computer. But That's actually one of the things that I'm working on for our Patreon, because one of the levels that if we get to a certain level for our Patreon page, once it's up and running, that is something that we would like to deal with in the future, where we could upgrade our equipment from our cameras to our computers and everything else, and make it nice and crisp, and make everything peachy keen fabulous. And
Make it purty.
Make it purty. And with that, we're going to do this.
You people are idiots. Welcome back, dumbass. Dumbass. Got anything for that, dumbass? Well, April Fool, dumbass.
It's time for the Dumbass of the Week.
Dumbasses. Dumbass. You dumbasses? 300 million sperm. That's the one that got through.
Yes! That is the one that got through. It is time for the Dumbass of the Week, where we take all those wonderful people in the world and we make fun of them, because that's what we do. And it's those people that are either in a video or an article or a picture or something that you might have seen and sent it to us to dumbass@thesullyshowonline.com. Again, the email is dumbass@thesullyshowonline.com, and we might just use it for the show. Speaking of which, Peppermint Patty just said, "Oh snap, forgot to send my dumbass story. Days go by so fast." Listen, don't worry. If you still have it, send it to us. We can always use it next week. It's perfectly fine.
I gotta say.
Yes.
You know that we're doing a bit right when you have people placing their guesses before you even ask. Love it.
Yes. So, with that being said, if you haven't heard the Dumbass of the Week before, you're gonna hear it now. Here's how we do things. First and foremost, if the dumbass is from Florida, I always state that it's from Florida and nobody guesses. However, if it's a dumbass from a different state or different country, I usually say, please guess what state or guess where this dumbass comes from. And that's usually the clue. If I say where, it's usually from a different part of the world. If I say state, obviously it's here in the country. So, with that being said, we already have a couple of people guessing. Now, I will say to all the listeners that are chiming in either on the Twitch page or on the More Like Radio page in the chat rooms, what state do you think this dumbass comes from? I'll let you mow it over a little bit. And JT, I would like your guess for the Dumbass of the Week. What state do you think this is from?
The state of confusion.
Well, that's a given. Because this is the Dumbass of the Week.
I'm going to guess Utah.
Utah. All right, that's a good guess.
Utah.
That's a good guess.
Kevin in the Twitch Accidental Punch chat room says Connecticut,
which we have had before.
Yes. Rich in the More Like Radio chat room says Alabama.
Yep.
Rorschach says California.
All right.
And Patty says Virginia.
Well, I will say this.
You're all wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. However, Patty has come the closest with Virginia.
Patty's our winner today. You get a free imaginary t-shirt.
So yes, once I do make up some t-shirts, obviously I'll be able to start, giving stuff away and everything. And that is down the line. So since she guessed Virginia, she is the closest, and I'll give her the win for this week. So this dumbass is a good one. Not gonna lie, it's a good one. Okay? And this is another Dumbass of the Week from Rich from Arizona. Which is weird because he's out of Arizona for, a while now, and we just know him as Rich from Arizona. That's just the way it's going to be.
I think he's kind of discriminatory on the dumbasses that he sent in, because I don't think he's ever sent one in from Arizona, though.
No, he has. He has. A couple of years ago, he has.
Okay.
I will back him up on that. He has sent from Arizona. Cool. So this one comes from the great state of North Carolina. And go. Now.
Are we talking the city or are we talking backwoods?
Well, JT, we're talking kind of close to a city. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Going to put it out there and just let you know that that's exactly what's going on, you know?
That right there.
Just saying.
Okay, gotcha.
So it is a city. It's actually from Wilmington, North Carolina, all the way down south on the southern panhandle there. If you want to consider it a panhandle. Would it be considered a panhandle if it's, you know, you only got water on one side, or is it all sides? I think it's just, you know, all sides.
Well, the panhandle of Texas, it doesn't have water on any side.
That is true. That is true. So this does come from good old Wilmington, North Carolina. And JT, what do you think the crime is? Because I love when you try and guess the crime.
Let's see, Wilmington, North Carolina. Let's see here. Man arrested for stealing Southern Fried barbecue chicken while riding in a motorized cooler with a case of beer.
Ooh. That sounds like a great crime. Not going to lie.
Yeah, I'd have fun with it.
Well,
we have a guest in the chat room, too.
Oh, we do. We love guests. Yeah. Well, JT, you're wrong, but not far off.
Oh, jeez.
You're not far off. North Carolina woman accused of pulling gun at restaurant over wrong chicken wings. Go.
I ordered the big chicken wings, not the little chicken wings. Somebody get that damn cartoon rooster over here so I can have them.
Wilmington, North Carolina. A North Carolina woman faces charges after she allegedly pulled a gun at a restaurant over a wrong order of chicken wings. Now,
I ordered chicken, not buffalo.
I have to show this picture.
Oh, God.
I have to show this picture because people are going to love it. People are going to love it. Kevin in the chat room goes, I wanted crispy fried, not grilled.
Well, that's understandable.
Well, to an extent anyway. Let me pull up the wonderful picture here, and I'm going to split the screen, so if you're watching on Twitch, I will send everything to you. There she is. There is Clarissa Gagum, 24. That's right, Gagum. You heard me, folks. Gagum. Gagum. She was arrested
with no reflex.
Good night, folks. She was arrested Thursday in connection to an incident at the Fu Wang's restaurant in Wilmington.
We arrested the gagger at the Fu Wang's.
Oh man, I can't even get through this.
Well, Rorschach says she's cute. I haven't seen the picture yet.
Yeah,
Rorschach says she's cute. Oh my God!
There you go. The suspect is accused
looks
of
like Bozo on a bad hair day.
The suspect is accused of walking into the restaurant and ordering bone-in chicken wings. Authorities said when she received boneless wings, she started arguing with the clerk and went to her car to get a gun. She returned to the restaurant and started waving the gun in the air. According to WECT, police found her outside the restaurant with the gun. Gagum faces 2 counts of assault by pointing a gun and injury to personal property, and she was jailed under a $30,000 bond. Her husband faces charge of resisting arrest and was jailed for $500 bond.
Oh my God. You know what? And it is not meant racist in any way, shape, or form, even though it's going to come across badly that way. I can just see her, okay? She's standing there in a restaurant with a gun.
Man.
going off the hook about it. And I could just see her sitting there. I ordered the chicken with a boner, not the flaccid ones. Somebody better get it right.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Kevin goes, gag 'em. Rorschach 30,000. Peppermint Patty's laughing her head off. Yes, folks, this is the type of thing. Think about it. She went to jail and got out on $30,000 bond, and her husband was arrested and released on $500.
Well, she was the one carrying the banger.
I mean,
she was carrying the banger. She was carrying the fire stick. He was just the holder.
She was, and you know what?
You know,
sucks for her. And
now Rorschach in the chat room is saying that she's cute as hell and she could harangue me about chicken wings all she wanted.
That's a little creepy, dude. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but she looks like Bozo. Okay, the orange fell away out of the hair. You know, Carrot Top, dyed his hair.
Bozo the clown, really?
Yeah, she looks like Bozo the clown on a bad hair day.
Yay!
She wanted to gag on them chicken bones, but
Oh man, and that, my friends, is the dumbass of the week for this week. If you have a contender, send it to us to dumbass@thesullyshow.online.com. Wow.
That's one of the better ones that we've had in a while.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Peppermint Patty says over a chicken order. Dear God. Yes.
Well, you would think it would be the other way around, though. She'd get pissed off because the wings had the bones in them instead. I mean, what, did she want to have something to gnaw on after she was done?
Yes, she did.
I mean, does the husband have to watch his fingers after the meal because she's sitting there going, stay away from my tree.
All right, JT. You know what? It's pretty much almost time for the show to be over. So why don't we do our thing like we always do? Go for it.
All right. You can follow me, JT, on Google Plus and Twitter at JT Hollis. You can also follow me on the JT Hollis fan page on Facebook, or keep an eye on my website at www.jthollismusic.com, designed by Mr. Sully himself.
Yay, I did the work. Yay. I did the work. You can also follow me on Twitter at The Sully Show, as well as Facebook.com/The Sully Show. You can also go to our website, TheSullyShow.com or AccidentalPunch.com. Everything's kind of interconnected, which is fantastical. And of course, we'll be posting the Dumbass of the Week on that as soon as I edit it, because I don't really have time to edit it that much. You can also go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/USCG Sully, I know, but you can also just put Accidental Punch in the search. You can also follow at More Like Radio on Twitter, Facebook.com/More Like Radio, and of course go to morelikeradio.org to download all the shows that are on the network, including our own, and of course Dr. Rorschach from Saturdays. We're here live every Sunday from noon to 2, and of course toward the end of May, we are going to take a little bit of a hiatus so I can move into my new house and get my new studio up and running, so be prepared for that. We also might have a new show night. We're still working on that. We'll see you guys next Sunday. Have a great one. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
You're listening to The Sully Show.
They got the mustard.
Screw you. She likes her chicken just a little bit stiff. That's why she got upset.